What it do, chooms? Welcome to Space JB. I'm your host, Space, and if this is your first time here, thanks so much for clicking on this video, and if you end up liking the content, then consider hitting that like button. If you've been to the crib before, welcome back, and much love to y'all for the continued support. Gather around, Choombadas, my lovely space babies. As of July 17th, we finally have the latest Cyberpunk 2077 update 2.3, after the dev team hosted a new REDSTREAM that I, just like many of you, tuned into. All I have to say is, this REDSTREAM right here really brought a lot of
You stripped the belt on it, I think it turns like a take from you. I got the California Ranger Captain doing all me a virgin, and the Darren Hand Frank doing all me a virgin in my first slipper. Tiny Tim can make it married, which you're never gonna get down the beach.
No. We still have a lot of deets to discuss, so without further ado, let's cook up these engines, and let's take off. Alright, to make this easy, let's just start this video off with exactly what the team presented during their Wednesday livestream. The 2.3 update dropped 4 new cars. This includes 1 motorcycle, 2 sports cars, and 1 truck. 2 of these cars are unlocked through new side missions that happen if you've completed parts of the Beast in Me mission with Claire, who in my opinion is pretty dope. 1 of the new whips can be purchased from the autofixer right out of the gate. There is a new auto drive feature the dev team has added. This allows us chooms to put our controllers down or step away from the M and K and allow the car to just drive us around on some real iRobot vibes. This can be done as straight up free roam, letting the car take you all over as it sees fit, or by choosing a certain destination, point A to point B. This is a groovy feature for us immersion and cinematic loving chooms. This also brings the Delamain taxi service into the world for your own personal use. Costing a little fee, you can use Delamain as your own personal chauffeur, yet I don't think you can get access to the Excelsior package. I bumped this up to the same thing as when they brought In-Cart to Night City. A new feature added was the availability for Crystal Code to be used on lower level cars thanks to a friendly neighborhood hacker that goes by Cosmetic Troll. Lots of the update's features seemingly have went into upgrading photo mode again. Again?
No one saw it coming 3 more times. Now, the one man who made a difference 5 times before is about to make a difference again. Only this time, it's different.
Who left the fridge open?
Tug Speedman, Scorcher 6.
Bringing 27 new NPCs to include into your group photo op isn't that bad. Any of the chooms you choose to add to your photo all come with their own custom clothing options, and V now can switch clothes on the fly depending on what you have saved in your outfits. They've added new lighting features that give you a plethora to play with, including creating your own filter, with new ways to make the photos come alive, adding new poses and settings that allow you to truly customize what each of your characters are doing. The dev team even went as far as to adding a time and a weather tab, allowing you to control the world in the background, changing the mood however you see fit. This, in my opinion, is pure fan service for us, once again, immersion craven chooms who just can't help but to capture as many shots out in the world, as that is really all we can do now. One of the biggest nuggets of the night was that Night City was coming to Mac. Lastly, the team included plenty of bug fixes, quality of life improvements, not forgetting you PC chooms. CDPR dropped a few new fixes and additives for a lot of the AMD drivers, so I'm sure you're gonna have to update those drivers, so look out for that if you haven't already. And there are plenty of other things for Intel GPUs, but I'll make sure I just leave the specs here. With that being said, I will say this: the update, in your big bro Space's personal opinion, is not that bad. My expectations, even though I made a crazy wish list, were kept at a minimal. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk. For this update, things felt like they were a bit hyped, or overhyped in my opinion, even as far as to question, was this update worthy of the delay? I just ask because as a person who has no idea what goes into games, and I've mentioned this before, I'm an idiot when it comes to the process of creating them or any of that jazz. I don't know what part of this update needed that kind of love to warrant the delay. Yet, CDPR does not owe any of us fans an explanation. I'm just saying that honestly. Some of you may disagree. Just like a music artist who decides to try something brand new, if you end up not liking it, it's okay to voice your opinion on why you don't like it. Yet, it's not right for you to demand a reason from the artist to explain why they wanted to try something new. We're just fans, we're along for the ride. If we don't like it, we move on, and hopefully next time we're a little more satisfied.
Come on.
You're the one!
Come on.
You are the one!
But it is just something that I think about because this did seem a bit drastic, especially since this update was good, but pretty much mid-tier. And before we get into this, I do have one major question. Who the hell plays games on the Mac? As my true hopes were not set that high, I have to say, it was a disappointment that the team did all of this build up and hype to just give us 50% photo mode content. It doesn't really seem like there's anything brand spanking new that's gonna blow our minds. They already told us what to expect from the jump. They said it was going to be similar to the 2.2 update. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. And I understand that as this is a free DLC. There are talks and rumors that there could be another paid expansion somewhere down the line that CDPR is working on. And if that holds any weight, I am keeping my fingers, toes, butthole.
Mind your language in front of the boy.
Jesus Christ!
That includes blasphemy as well.
And eyes crossed in hopes that that is true. With everything that they've released, the last few updates have been One of the most requested additives that was hoped for, at least with this update, and has been for every update, has been New Game Plus. And unfortunately, it seems like there's some news saying that the dev team says that that will not be a feature added in 2077. We just gotta give that one up. And that right there makes sense, Choom. You know, trying to work third person into this game at this point, using the Red Engine, that might be pretty impossible. Yet it also could be a feature in Cyberpunk 2, or the Unreal Engine version of Cyberpunk 2077, I'm just saying. And the last two updates, specifically this one and 2.2, had a crap ton of photo mode upgrades. And I, for one, am just getting to the point where it is starting to get a bit more frustrating that this amazing game is still just relying on how good it looks. I get Cyberpunk is one of the best looking games to date. It is phenomenal, especially if you have a quality PC that can power a fucking space shuttle or the space station alone. You can get all of the best features and mods and everything to make this game exactly what you want. But as of the dev team, it is seeming like they are struggling to keep the game relevant. And I've mentioned this in other videos. This is the point in time that I was afraid CDPR could potentially get to, is where they are doing everything they can to just chisel away minutely to keep the game relevant, to keep us talking, whether it's good news or bad news. They are trying to stay in the headlines. And I understand, but I'm trying to, can you imagine my hands just wrapping around Atom Smasher's throat?
That a joke.
Thank God you made it.
I'm just saying, I can't even find the words right now. I gotta smoke some ganja. You know, that's part of my big thing with this video. That is just very frustrating that they did all of that hoopla and gave us a 20 gigabyte update is barely edging itself further than the 2.2 update. And there are other features in the update that they want you to explore and figure out, and I will definitely do that. And I'm excited that we do have something new to play around with in the game that we love so freaking much. It was legitimately, in my opinion, this was the same thing as equivalent to the ex-wife. You know what I mean? That scene in Iron Man where they were like, you know, I'm gonna bust this dude's bunker with the ex-wife. And then he shot it, and this is what happened. Does that make sense to everybody? Am I just crazy? Am I just going out of my mind? Have I blown this whole thing out of proportion because I didn't have big hopes for the update? I just had hopes that with all the stuff that they were kind of doing around the update, we would have gotten a bit more. So that's all I have to say. I'd love to hear from you all. Let me know, is your big bro space absolutely out of his mind, or is my finger a little bit on the pulse when it comes to that? And once again, I am not saying CDPR did a bad job. If they would have just told us exactly what was coming, which they kind of did, it's gonna be similar to 2.2, but what they did after the fact was kind of like, oh snap, maybe they're gonna do some new shit. No. All right, well, I'm done with my rant. I love you all. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. Please let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Did y'all tune into the REDSTREAM? And if so, what was your thoughts on the information that was given? And if any of you Chumbadas know information on the potential of another paid expansion, do not hesitate to let my ass know in the comments below. I really got to start getting on Twitter or like popping up my Discord or something like that, because we got to start talking as a community, chooms. This stuff is just, these are the things that we need to discuss. Sending y'all nothing but love. Please take care of yourself, stay safe out there, continue to play Cyberpunk 2077 because it is still one of the best RPGs around. I will continue to live in Night City because I love this game no matter what. Yes, it is frustrating at times, but all in all, if you're a fan of something long enough, when do they not piss you off? It is okay. It is just like family or great friendships. Y'all know where to get these free hugs. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for the continued support. And if you made it this far in the video and you ended up having a good time, consider quick hacking that like button. And if I earned it, hey, consider subscribing to the channel. That way you don't miss out on anything that I drop. Because I'm trying to be consistent around here, baby. So, hey, take care of yourselves, and as always, I'll see y'all in Night City. Looking forward to catching y'all in the next video. Let's go ahead and end transmission, because your big bro space is out. Peace.